Somewhere in your yard, or your neighbor's, there's a hydrangea deciding right now whether it will bother to flower next June. You don't get a vote. You bought it heavy with blooms, gave it a good spot, watered it in, and then watched it hand you nothing but leaves the following year. That's not bad luck. The tag simply left out the 5 things that decide whether you ever see those flowers again. I've grown hydrangeas for over 40 years, and my daughter's a plant biologist. Between her books and my dirt, we've pinned down exactly why they fail. And this can't wait. 3 of these 5 only work before summer's out. Miss that window, and you're waiting on next year's. Get all 5 right, though, and the plant stops needing you at all. No fussing, no rescue missions. 5 reasons, counting down. And the one at number 1? Those flowers are already decided by October, months before you ever see them. Secret 5. That perfect plant was built to die. Store hydrangeas are mostly florist types, forced into showroom bloom for the 2 or 3 weeks it takes to sell them. You can spot one, foil wrap indoors by the register. Here's the trap. They bloom on old wood, so next spring's buds are already riding on this year's stems. One hard winter freezes those stems to the ground. Green leaves push up in spring, and every bud is gone. By that second summer, it's almost cruel. A full mound of leaves, not one flower head where last year's color sat. The plant is fine. The show is over. The fix is one word: remontant. Those varieties set buds on both old and new wood, so even if winter takes every stem, fresh shoots still flower by late summer. Look at Bloomstruck from the Endless Summer series, hardy to about zone 4, or a Let's Dance variety for reblooming in zones 5 and up. Confirm the tag says remontant and the cold rating matches yours before you spend $1. I went all remontant 15 years ago. That was the year I stopped burying dead hydrangeas. What the tag should have said: bred to sell, not to survive. Only remontant comes back. The next mistake happens before the plant even goes in the ground. Secret 4. Full sun is cooking your blooms. Everyone plants a flowering shrub where it will get the most sun. With hydrangeas, that instinct is exactly backwards. My neighbor Frank put his in the hottest corner of his yard, proud of the spot. Then he spent all summer watching the flower heads brown at the edges and the leaves crisp by August, asking me what went wrong. Afternoon sun is the problem. Those big soft blooms and thin leaves have no defense against more than about 6 hours of direct sun. They scorch, fade, and drop fast. The plant survives, the flowers get burned off before they ever peak. The fix is placement, not products. Morning sun, afternoon shade. Full light before noon to fuel the flowers, then shade from the worst of the day. The east side of a house, or spot under high branches, is ideal. Already planted in a hot spot? You don't have to dig it up. A young shade tree or shade cloth through the peak weeks buys the blooms their relief. The gardeners whose flower heads last all summer aren't luckier. They just gave the plant a break from the 2 o'clock sun. That solves placement. The next mistake people make with the best intentions. Secret 3. The thirstiest looking plant is the one you're drowning. Hydrangea means water vessel, so everyone waters them like they can't get enough. I did it myself for years. Saw the leaves flop in the afternoon heat, felt guilty, and drowned them with the hose. Here's what my daughter set me straight on. Midday wilt isn't thirst. The plant is just transpiring faster than the roots can keep up, and by evening, it stands back up on its own. The tell is timing. A plant that's genuinely dry stays wilted in the cool of the morning, too. If it's perky at 8 a.m. and flopping at 2 p.m., that's just heat, not a cry for water, so leave the hose alone. Water the soil, not the schedule. Push a finger 2 inches down. If it's damp, walk away. Aim for 1 good deep soak a week, maybe 2 in real heat, not a daily splash. Deep soaks drive roots down, little sips keep them shallow, and water in the morning, never at night, so the leaves dry before dark and dodge the mildew that thrives on damp foliage. The ones that die of thirst are rare. The ones that drown are everywhere. Secret 2. The soil, not the plant, chooses pink or blue. On most hydrangeas, color isn't fixed. Your soil sets it. Acidic ground frees up aluminum the plant drinks in, and you get blue. Sweeten it toward neutral, and that aluminum locks away, giving you pink. Same plant, 2 colors, decided by the dirt. I turned a tired pink plant deep blue over one season with nothing but sulfur worked into the bed. My daughter called it aluminum availability. I called it magic. Test first. A $10 pH kit tells you where you're starting, so you're steering, not guessing. Want blue? Garden sulfur, or pine needles and coffee grounds. Want pink? A light dose of lime. Don't expect a clean flip. You'll get a blotchy purple mid-transition, and chalky ground will fight blue every step. Give it a full season. Potted plants move faster than ones in the ground. White varieties are the exception, with no pigment to shift, so they stay white no matter what. What the tag should have said, pink or blue, was never up to me. It's up to the dirt. The last secret decides whether it blooms at all next June. Secret 1. June's flowers are decided in October. Most gardeners think about winter protection once the damage is done. Too late. On old wood types, the buds form in late summer and sit exposed on bare stems from fall until the first hard freeze. That's the window nobody watches, and it's exactly when a single cold snap can erase a whole year of flowers overnight. Watch the overnight lows. After the first light frost, but before a hard freeze, mound 6 to 8 inches of loose, shredded bark around the base. In cold zones, ring the stems with a wire cage and pack it with dry leaves. Pull it back once days hold above 40 degrees, usually late March. Come June, the protected plant is buried in flower heads the size of your fist, while the neighbor's stands there all green. The highest payoff 20 minutes you'll spend all year. What the tag should have said, the flowers you'll see in June are already made. Don't let October kill them. So before you give up on any hydrangea, run down the list. Brown, crispy edges on the petals? That's the 2 o'clock sun. Secret 4. A full green mound and not one flower after a hard winter? The cold took the buds. Secrets 5 and 1. Wilts by 2, but stands back up by morning? Nothing's wrong. Put the hose down. Secret 3. Wrong color? Not no color? That's the dirt, not the plant. Secret 2. Match the symptom, fix the cause. That hydrangea deciding right now? It was never the plant's call, it was yours.